This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Ray Collins. Many of you might have your AC on for the first time earlier than ever this year, both between the warmth and also the pollen out there. Let's check in now with our meteorologist, John Scalzi.
Yeah, the pollen is bad right now, no doubt about that. Hopefully we'll get a little rainfall around here today, kind of wash out the air just a little bit. Plus, I think the winds shifting will help with the red tide situation. I know some people are suffering from that right now. We have a line of showers located just to our north. That's our cold front. It's headed our way, and it promises to change things up big time as we head into the next 24 hours. Currently, across our radar maps down to the south of us, we have a line of showers that is extending from, well, nearly Gulf waters all the way up toward Arcadia. Yep, we got some rainfall on the maps finally. Those showers will be drifting off to the north and the east at a pretty good clip. And today we'll have about a 20% chance of rainfall through the morning hours and particularly into the afternoon hours. Daytime highs will still be a little warm as the front really doesn't move through here until later today. But then there'll be some significant changes. And we'll talk all about that coming up in a few.
All right, talk to you soon, John. Taking a look at your Suncoast traffic this morning, pretty quiet throughout Manatee County. A little bit of pickup towards downtown Bradenton and on State Road 70. Other than that, pretty clear as you head into Sarasota County. Looks like there is a little bit of stoppage towards what is Fruitville Road towards I-75, and traffic picking up on Bee Ridge Road and a little bit towards 41 in between Clark Road and Bee Ridge Road. Other than that, I-75 looking clear as you head into South County. A little bit of congestion towards I-75 in that direction. Other than that, pretty easy commute on this Thursday morning.
Topping our news today, an investigation is now underway after human remains were found near railroad tracks in Punta Gorda.
A railroad worker found a human skull while he was clearing debris around the tracks at the intersection of Riverside Drive and Morningstar Drive, just east of I-75. That's when detectives were called to the scene, where they found what they believed to be more bones from a human. The Charlotte County Sheriff's Office Major Crimes Unit is handling that investigation. We're also learning more details about a deputy-involved shooting that left a man dead in Inglewood this week. The Charlotte County Sheriff's Office now releasing the names of the deputies involved. Deputies Scott Sarver, Tony Solstice, and Adam Freitas all responded to a domestic disturbance call at a home on Markham Street on Sunday. When they got there, they say 42-year-old Jacob Tolby came out of the woods holding 2 knives. The Sheriff's Office says deputies then ordered him to stop, but he continued to come towards them. That's when Deputy Sarver fired 8 shots, striking Tolby. Sarver has been with the Sheriff's Office for 23 years.
The deputies are not going to wait for one of their fellow deputies to get killed or injured, or for themselves to get killed or injured before somebody returns fire. You meet deadly force with deadly force, and that's how we are trained.
The sheriff says the deputies will remain on paid leave while the state attorney's office investigates. They're also awaiting final results from an autopsy report on the victim, which will determine if Tolby was intoxicated at the time of the shooting. It
is that time of year when the Florida Highway Patrol starts to crack down on spring breakers. FHP, AAA, and several others are working together for the Arrive Alive campaign focused on keeping impaired drivers off the road. Data shows there are more than 35,000 crashes statewide during this time last year. On average, 15 accidents a day were caused by drivers who were under the influence. The organization's tip is simple. In order to arrive alive, don't drink and drive. Meantime, bad news when it comes to gas prices.
Prices continue to rise here on the Suncoast, and it could go up even more over the next few months, going over $3 a gallon. ABC 7's Rick Adams has more on why.
Drivers here on the Suncoast will soon start to feel a little more pain at the pump. AAA says the cost of gas could go up as much as 70 cents a gallon between now and Memorial Day. That doesn't sit too well with longtime Sarasota resident Marianne Pete. She tells us for her, every penny counts.
Terrible. I don't have any stock in oil or anything, so but what can you do?
Experts say the price hike is because of maintenance at refineries and the annual switch to a more expensive summer blend of gas. The current average gas price here in Florida is around $2.30 a gallon. AAA says there are ways for motorists to play it smart, even when gas prices skyrocket.
Gasoline prices can differ substantially within a small area in each community. So, shop wisely, keep your car in good shape, particularly your tire pressure can make a big difference, not only in your safety, but your gas mileage.
For Shell gas station manager Dan Borelli, he tells us gas prices have gone up about 10 cents a gallon in the last week or so.
Well, higher gas prices always affect business. Generally, people, think more consciously about what they spend on gas when the prices go up.
For many people here on the Suncoast who we talked with, they say rising gas prices won't stop them from driving.
You have to get to work. You're just going to have to pay it. They'll go back down again. They've been fluctuating for years.
In Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Manatee County could become a little bit more crowded as the County Commission is expected to hear a proposal today for a new 720-unit apartment complex. It would be built on nearly 140 acres of land on Moccasin Wallow Road, which is north of Amlong Road in Palmetto between US 41 and I-75. The project has already been recommended for approval. According to the Bradenton Herald, those who live nearby say there isn't enough infrastructure in the area to support the growing number of planned developments there. Now, some are planning to be at today's meeting to oppose that project. Sarasota County Commissioners now running into legal barriers involving a controversial project planned near the Celery Fields Park. The developer is looking to rezone a piece of property near the park to build a 60,000 square foot warehouse for restaurant equipment and food supply. But commissioners are delaying any further decisions after the applicant could not provide the names of those financially involved in that project. Those opposed to the development showed up to the meeting in full force.
When we see vacant land, we think it should be immediately developed to do something with it. But in reality, when you think about it, vacant land is something we're not making anymore.
Commissioners will take up this issue again on April 26th.
The month of March begins sea turtle nesting season for parts of Florida. To help boost hatchling numbers, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission is asking those who visit the beach to remove items like beach chairs before sunset each day. Also, fill any holes in the sand so nesting turtles and their hatchlings don't get trapped. Be careful not to disturb nesting areas by getting too close or using flashing lights. Although the season has officially begun elsewhere in Florida, it starts in this coast mid-April. Another type of wildlife taking over parts of Manatee County. Residents say they're starting to see peacocks in the Terracea area. The president of Wildlife Incorporated says even though peacocks normally don't walk through neighborhoods, there's one, they are this time.
In the last few weeks, we've gotten several calls. I got a call all the way out on State Road 64 near Rye Road where there was a pair running around there. They just showed up. Then we had the call on Terracea.
Residents are urged to call Florida Fish and Wildlife if you see any exotic animals in your neighborhoods.
New this morning, teachers in Manatee County are celebrating, but only for a small victory. A special magistrate is releasing his recommendations over teacher salaries following a hearing in January. He's siding with the teachers union on pay raises between $900 and $1,200, as well as recommending the district pay for increases in health insurance premiums. He's also agreeing over retroactive pay. Now the district and the union will meet next week to go over the magistrate's recommendations. If they reach an agreement, it will be part of teachers' new contracts. Any recommendations they cannot agree upon will go to the school board to decide. Meanwhile, in Sarasota County Schools, Dr. Todd Bowden will begin his first full day as superintendent today. He was sworn in to the new role yesterday following Lori White's retirement. He is now overseeing 52 schools with 5,000 employees and 43,000 students. He's already making himself known, though, to those he will serve, as he spent most of the day yesterday traveling to several schools in the district and to meet with staff and students.
So I'm excited that it's here, excited to get to work, excited about, the teachers in this district, the administrators, the community we serve. This is a wonderful place, and certainly today's a day I will remember for the rest of my life.
Bowden says he has many goals he wants to achieve, but he does not plan on making any major changes right away.
And his day began right here on our set with a live interview.
Very much so. Bright and early. He got up pretty early yesterday to be here.
Yes, he did.
Well, plenty of cats in hats will be taking over schools in Manatee and Sarasota counties today.
It's all part of Dr. Seuss Day, marking the birthday of the famous author. Hundreds of volunteers will visit elementary schools in the area to read to every grade, beginning at 9 a.m. It's part of an effort to raise awareness about the importance of reading, as well as encourage conversations about diversity and respect.
The Manatee YMCA also encouraging more students to read today. The organization will hand out 1,000 books to students at Daughtry Elementary School in Bradenton. Students in each grade will receive a new or gently used book appropriate for their reading level. The books were all donated during the organization's holiday book drive. And guys, we forgot our cat in the hat suits today. What are we going to do?
Don't you have yours at all?
Seuss.
No?
Love what?
What is Dr. Seuss's real name? Do we know?
Theodore Geis, I think.
I think so.
Good trivia.
I think so.
Yeah.
Why don't you on my team?
I love Dr. Seuss. I've got a signed book of
Do
his.
you?
Yes.
Wow.
We went to Hallie's in Cleveland as a little tyke, and he signed my copy of Sneetches and Other Stories.
Theodore Geis.
Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah.
Doctor.
Dr.
Dr. Seuss.
We have across the region some changing weather, a little bit of rain showers. That's a good thing. We'll talk about that coming up in a few.
All right, well, still ahead.
There's an innocence that children have that sometimes we lose. And so if we could get some of that back, I think it would be amazing.
Such a cute story as two preschoolers try to trick their teacher with a simple haircut, teaching some big lessons on diversity.
And later in the hour, how McDonald's is looking to make you love them more through technology. Stay with us.
Join us this Saturday night at 7 o'clock and 11:30 for the House to Home Show, featuring some of the finest homes for sale right here on the Suncoast. Whatever your taste, you're certain to find properties that satisfy your particular buying preferences. Presented by SWC Properties right here on ABC 7.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less. Featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest to support your head, neck, and shoulders, bedside power plugs, under bed night lights, and more. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less than Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-774-8103. That's 1-800-774-8103. Call now.
There's a whole new way to bank at Achieva Credit Union with Achieva Checking Plus. Get new unique features like full ID theft protection and online shopping rewards. Plus, it's an interest-bearing account, so you have a little extra for what really matters. Achieva Checking Plus isn't just an account for your money, it's for your life, including cell phone insurance. And that's good to know. Discover the plus at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill, I'm creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory. It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct prices.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Fort Florida Home.
By Florida workers. Because we know Florida weather.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get the 3rd free, plus our lifetime warranty. New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world. $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Current air temperature coming in at 66 degrees. We have a dew point value of 64, and that dew point value is sufficiently high to make it feel very thick and sticky out there. The last day, I promise, this week, that you're going to feel that the air is a little too thick. By tomorrow, that'll all change. In fact, even by tonight, I think that's going to change. Calm winds currently. Right now we have temperatures that are generally in the upper 60s everywhere you look. 69 degrees Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaca, 68 Parrish, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, 69 Northport, Inglewood, Venice, Longboat Key, and plus 66 degrees in Punta Gorda. We have a little line of showers stretching across a boundary that exists through the center part of the state. It's kind of nice to see a little bit of that shower. It's kind of a precursor to the frontal boundary sinking southward, giving us a chance of rain most of the day today, actually. These showers have scooted, really, from Gulf waters all along the southern part of the viewing area across Arcadia right now. Nothing really heavy. Radar echoes here are kind of mild. No lightning strikes with these. In fact, even the chance of lightning today is pretty low, despite the fact that the system that'll be sinking southward across our area is the same one that brought the severe weather over the last 2 days to parts of the country. It is now clearing areas of the Carolinas as it moves out into Atlantic waters and then wraps up in the northeast, where it's still producing some snow showers in parts of New York, Pennsylvania, and down East Maine. The whole system behind it has a big ridge of high pressure. And as far as the severe storm outlook from the Severe Storm Prediction Center, well, we really don't have one today. It's a chance to kind of relax for a lot of folks who were under the gun here over the last several days. And certainly the state of Florida doesn't even have a slight chance of thunderstorms, although we can't completely rule out from about Orlando northward stray lightning pop. But I'd be very surprised to see anything like that here. Well, cloud cover will be on the increase today. We'll have high clouds at first, building lower clouds as we head through the day. There's our frontal boundary itself, still located up back toward Tallahassee. It'll take the better part of the day for it to reach us, but by later in the afternoon and into the evening hours, the front will be close enough that it'll start to move past, bringing with it a slight chance of some more shower activity. The front will tend to kind of fall apart as it gets closer to us, at least the rain-producing capacity of this front. So we won't see a lot of rain with this, maybe a quarter inch or less. However, back behind the front as that high-pressure ridge builds in, the winds will become brisk. And as we head into the afternoon hours, small craft advisories will be hoisted. The winds out of the northwest, initially shifting to the northeast, will come in at about 20 miles an hour. And that will draw down that drier, cooler air and make it feel very breezy. So this morning might be the time to get out there and maybe bring down those porch umbrellas. If you have those patio umbrellas, you know, the kind I'm talking about, bring those down and secure them, because there's going to be some pretty good gusty winds later on today. Better rain chances than we have seen for days now, a breezy wind and more cloud cover. Those are the weather highlights for today. Forecast looking like this for today. We'll go with about 80. We'll lower our temperature about 5 degrees, but that's only half the story tomorrow. We'll also slice the humidity, making it feel ever so much more comfortable. And tomorrow night, we'll have nighttime lows in the 50s. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Let's check the roads now as you wake up on this Thursday morning. A little bit of a slowdown there on 301, the top of your screen there. 301 heading back toward the interstate. Elsewhere in Manatee County, as usual, 70 always has a slow spot somewhere. In this case, it's just east of 301 heading westbound. Farther south into Sarasota County, a slowdown at Bee Ridge as you approach the interstate. And in South County right now, nothing much to report outside of a red light between Nokomis and Venice. All smooth at 519 on this Thursday morning.
All right, well, I absolutely love this story. It's about a pair of preschoolers in Kentucky that are working up a plan to trick their teacher.
The plan involves them trying to look alike, but it's teaching also a valuable lesson. Jobina Fortson shows us why.
Hello. Stop it.
Reddy Weldon is helping his best friend, Jackson Rosebush, pass the time. As they wait for Jackson's haircut, the preschoolers are a ball of energy.
Reddy's cute.
Today, Jackson has a particular cut in mind.
How are you getting your hair done today? Like Reddy?
And the transformation begins.
Your hair's falling off. Reddy, your hair's falling off. You're gonna be bald.
It's all part of the boys' master plan to trick their teacher.
Jackson's me and I'm Jackson. And Jackson's me.
They hope the teacher won't be able to tell them apart because they'll have the same haircut. Jackson filled his mother in on the prank.
He was like, yeah, so we can trick the teacher because we'll look just alike. No, she won't be able to tell the difference between the two of us. I was like, okay. Again, I know what ready looks like, so that made me chuckle.
The boys completely ignoring the obvious, their race. Jackson's mother posted her son's plan on Facebook to a few hundred friends, and it took off, shared thousands of times around the world.
I'm glad that people can see, you know, what little kids see. I think you look like that guy.
Can I?
The boys are getting a kick out of the whole thing, but it's a much deeper meaning for their families. Reddy was adopted from the Congo, and although he may look different from his parents, they've taught him to love everyone the same.
It's really cool to see that move on from our family right into his relationships with his friends. And there's an innocence that children have that sometimes we lose. And so if we could get some of that back, I think it would be amazing.
Oh, I love that story. So cute.
It's like a made-for-TV movie right there.
I know. They are having the time of their life getting their haircut, though. I wish I could have that much fun getting my haircut.
I'm getting mine today. It's not that much fun at all. That's right.
All right, well, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, how Twitter is looking to curb online abuse with new safety measures.
And the very man that's supposed to be in charge of an important investigation involving Russia may have some questionable contacts himself. That story tops our next half hour.
Thinking about having surgery can be a scary thing. You know, take somebody who's in severe pain, bring them in, take good care of them, and then get them out and back to their life is huge. We focus on minimally invasive approaches when possible, and oftentimes people can be back up on their feet in a day or two with a whole lot less pain than before surgery. We fix people's lives. We do.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
An important message for Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you receiving all the benefits available to you? Now's the time to find the coverage that's right for you at the right price. The way to do that is to explore your options. You can spend hours doing that yourself, or you can call Health Markets and let us do the legwork for you. Let us find you the right plan at the right price and see if you qualify to lower your prescription costs. Put our free service to work for you at no charge.
Call 1-800-738-1923.
Looks like Manatee County's in the Dr. Seuss Day mood.
Yeah, they are having some green eggs and ham. Sam, I am. Green eggs and ham.
All right, 5:24 right now.
Well, this morning, a major social media site, Twitter, now making moves to curb online harassment.
Adrienne Bankert and Candace Gibson have details.
In today's Tech Bites, Twitter is making good on its promise to tackle abuse on its network.
Twitter adding more tools aimed at protecting users from hate and harassment. The company will better filter content, make reporting abuse more transparent, and take a more proactive role in identifying offenders.
It's a big day for another social media platform. Public trading of Snapchat begins this morning at $17 a share. That gives the company a value of $24 billion.
Billion with a B. Snapchat's two founders, both under 30 years old, will be instant billionaires.
Miranda Kerr's fiance among them.
Yes, she married in.
Yeah, she did.
She has a lot of her money herself, though, too. And a new app designed to show the correct way to display Japanese dolls is getting a lot of attention.
That's because the app's creator is 81. Misako Wakamiya only started using computers at age 60, and she claims a young person taught her how to use the app by Skype and Facebook Messenger.
So she made an app.
Those are your Tech Bites.
Awesome.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Match.com.
Are you single?
Yes, I am.
Are you on Match?
No.
Do you know anybody who's met anybody on Match?
Yeah, my sister.
Yeah?
She met her husband.
On Match?
On Match. They had a baby.
Wow! And she's living happily ever after, and you've never really considered trying Match?
Sounds kind of silly now, but...
No, you said it, not me.
Match, #1 in dates, relationships, and marriages. Start for free today.
Allergies with nasal congestion? Find fast relief behind the counter with Claritin D. Strut past that aisle for the allergy relief that starts working in as little as 30 minutes and contains the best oral decongestant. Live Claritin Clear with Claritin D.
Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome.
Almonds, cashews, and coconuts. All delicious. Know what makes them better?
What?
Silk unsweetened almond, cashew, and coconut milks.
That sounds wonderful, Silkman.
Sorry, I completely zoned out. What?
Silk tastes like better.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
There's a whole new way to bank at Achieva Credit Union with Achieva Checking Plus. Get new unique features like full ID theft protection and online shopping rewards. Plus, it's an interest-bearing account, so you have a little extra for what really matters. Achieva Checking Plus isn't just an account for your money, it's for your life, including cell phone insurance. And that's good to know. Discover the plus at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular received a J.D. Power Award for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-297-5313. Go to consumercellular.com or visit a Target or Sears store today.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory. It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct pricing.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Port Florida Home.
By Florida workers, because we know Florida weather.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get the 3rd free, plus our lifetime warranty. New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, more trouble on Capitol Hill, this time with the Attorney General.
Plus, a history-making possibility in the upcoming race for Florida governor, the ambitious young politician who puts his name on the ballot.
And you've heard about snakes on a plane, but what about mice? Your Suncoast News starts right now.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And a quick peek at our Osprey cam. It's well lit. That one bird standing watch right now over our station. People love that thing.
He looks like he's peacefully resting, which I wish I was doing at 5:30 on this Thursday morning.
That's safe to say.
He looks very content there. Oh, there's a little movement.
Yeah, people love to watch that Osprey cam. It's just amazing.
Oh, how cute.
Very soothing. Well, good morning, 5:30. I'm Ray Collins.
I'm Jacqueline Matter. Pretty humid outside when I walked out my door this morning. John Scalzi over in the Weather Center. Little update on that.
Yeah, it is humid out there. It's thick. Temperatures, dew points in the mid-60s out there. You know, the interesting thing about that Osprey cam is that many times over the course of the last couple of weeks when we have looked at night with our night vision cameras, we haven't seen the birds in the nest.
They've been
and
partying.
Yet, there they are this morning, at least the female, I guess, sitting and laying. So I'm just wondering, are we maybe heading for an egg here, perhaps, over the next couple of days? I don't know. We'll have to watch.
Posted.
Absolutely.
We'll be watching.
That's what we will be doing. We have across the region a couple of shower areas this morning. We have a frontal boundary sinking south, located up in the Panhandle currently. That frontal boundary producing a solid line of showers. Won't be so solid by the time it gets to us. Plus, we have a little boundary over the area right now, kind of an area where winds are coming together and producing some light showers. Nothing really heavy, but it's good to see. We could use whatever rain we could get at this time of year, and hopefully that'll scour some of the pollens and the red tides and the smoke that's in the air right now. All of that kind of aiding to some respiratory distress for some folks, including me. We are looking at about a 20% chance of showers today. Daytime highs will top out a little cooler than they did yesterday. Yesterday a little cooler than the day before, coming in today at about the 80-degree mark, still well above average. Tomorrow, not so much above average. We'll have some changing temperatures over the next 24 hours. We'll talk about that in a second.
All right, taking a look at your Suncoast traffic this morning. State Road 70 having a little bit of congestion, but 301 looking pretty clear if you're heading throughout Manatee County and Bradenton area. Moving towards Sarasota County, a little bit of congestion on Bee Ridge and Clark Road. Also some congestion in between the two, it looks like on 41, but I-75 looking clear as you head into South County. Not a whole lot going on at 5:32 on this Thursday morning. Breaking overnight, Attorney General Jeff Sessions met twice last year with Russia's ambassador to the U.S. It's a meeting he's denied under oath.
And now lawmakers on both sides are calling for further investigation. ABC's Maggie Rulli explains.
This morning, Attorney General Jeff Sessions coming under fire for meetings he had with the Russian ambassador prior to the election, something he did not disclose when questioned under oath by Senator Al Franken during his Senate confirmation hearings.
I have been called a surrogate at a time or two in that campaign, and I did not have communications with the Russians, and I'm unable to comment on it.
Now the Justice Department confirms Sessions did have contact with Russian officials, not just once, but twice during the campaign, as first reported in the Washington Post. Most recently, as senator, Sessions met with the Russian ambassador in his Capitol Hill office last September. But Sessions denies any wrongdoing, releasing a statement overnight saying, "I never met with any Russian officials to discuss issues of the campaign. I have no idea what this allegation is about. It is false." The allegations against Sessions are just the latest in a string of controversies surrounding the Trump administration and their ties to Russian authorities. Already, National Security Advisor Michael Flynn resigned after lying about his contact with the Russians. As Attorney General, Sessions is in charge of the FBI investigation into the matter, but now even members of his own party say he may need to recuse himself. Senator Lindsey Graham telling CNN,
"But if there's something there that the FBI believes is criminal in nature, then for sure you need a special prosecutor. If that day ever comes, I'll be the first one to say it needs to be somebody other than Jeff."
Some Democrats taking it even further. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi, Representative Elijah Cummings, and Senator Elizabeth Warren all calling for Sessions to resign.
But the White House is calling these reports just the latest partisan attack. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Washington.
The FBI is now involved in the opioid epidemic. FBI Director James Comey says it's a problem that not only affects the user of the drugs, but those around them as well. He says the role of law enforcement in the case is to help drive the cost up of illegal drugs which will make it harder to obtain.
Our job is to try to crack down on the supply, literally, to be very blunt, to drive up the price, to make it less and less attractive for people who are addicted to pills to move to heroin, or people who are moving from some other drug to come to heroin, or someone just to try heroin. And we will work at that constantly.
He says the FBI is also cracking down on Mexican drug traffickers who are in the heroin business as well. Back in Florida, our first candidate running for governor, Tallahassee Mayor Andrew Gillum, has announced he will seek the Democratic nomination next year. Gillum was only 23 years old when he became the youngest person to be elected to the Tallahassee City Commission back in 2003. He would be Florida's first African-American governor. He was elected mayor just 1 year later in Tallahassee.
Here at home, a Manatee County developer who ran unsuccessfully for the U.S. Senate last year is appointed to a top position on a powerful state panel. Governor Rick Scott appointing Carlos Baruf as chairman of the Florida Constitution Revision Commission. The group meets to review the state constitution and propose changes. Florida residents would then vote on the proposals in November of 2018. Baruf owns Medallion Homes, which has built thousands of homes on the Suncoast over the past couple years. And happening tonight, local political groups are coming together to host a community forum. It's taking place at the Robert Taylor Community Complex in Sarasota from 6 to 8 p.m. Now, it's a chance to meet with and hear from the candidates running for the Sarasota City Commission, The forum is being put together by the Suncoast Women of Action and the Sarasota branch of the NAACP. In other news, a judge is now deciding to enter not guilty pleas for the man suspected of killing 2 people in Orlando.
Markeith Lloyd was arraigned yesterday. He refused to give clear answers about his plea, so the judge entered them for him. He is accused of gunning down Police Lieutenant Deborah Clayton last month and fatally shooting his pregnant ex-girlfriend in December. If convicted, he could receive the death penalty. The widow of the gunman behind the Orlando nightclub shooting massacre will soon be free. A federal judge in California is agreeing to release Noor Salman on bail by the end of the week until her trial begins. She is charged with aiding and abetting her husband, Pulse nightclub shooter Oman Mateen. She's also accused of lying to investigators after the shooting. 49 were killed in that attack last June in Orlando. Salman has pleaded not guilty.
In Orlando, an investigation is underway after a man found hundreds of sensitive documents thrown out in a dumpster. Jeff Strum was looking for scrap metal when he found all the paperwork behind a business park. He says it included names, social security numbers, and much more.
Emails, phone numbers, date of birth, child's birth, you name it. Everything is there, and addresses and everything like that.
Even bank information?
Bank information, how much had in the bank, how much they put in the bank.
Well, that is certainly a scary situation. To avoid this from happening to you, when you're asked to fill out paperwork containing personal information, ask how the company disposes of financial documents, if possible, before you sign or write anything down. The IRS says there's also $1 billion worth of unclaimed refunds, and if you didn't file a tax return in 2013, some of it could be yours. The IRS says they owe about 1 million taxpayers. Now, under federal law, there is no fine for failing to file a tax return as long as you are owed a refund. But you only have 3 years to claim it. After that, it's forfeited to the U.S. Treasury. Now, tax returns for 2013 were due in April of 2014, so the deadline for claiming the refunds is this year's tax day, which falls on April 18th. So make sure to go check that out.
Good advice. Other consumer news, the CEO of Uber is apologizing for his behavior after he was caught on tape arguing with one of his own drivers. The driver told Travis Kalanick that he lost $97,000 and went bankrupt because Kalanick decided to drop the price of Uber fares. Well, the CEO told the driver he wasn't taking responsibility and blamed everything on everyone else. And then in an email to his employees, Kalanick says he must fundamentally change as a leader and grow up, he admitted. He says he needs to learn leadership, and he intends to get it as well, he said. The days of yelling your fast food order at a box by a menu board may be winding down. McDonald's plans to launch an app that will allow you to place orders through your cell phone. You'll read a code to the drive-through cashier. The ordering app is expected to be launched at 20,000 restaurants this year. Already Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell, Chipotle already have similar apps, and I think that's a great idea because how many times do you go up and say, one small French fry, large Coke? No.
Not at all.
I try it in my clearest broadcaster's voice.
Right,
They never seem to understand.
Yeah, that's definitely an issue. So if you order it online, at least the fall comes back on you. So.
Exactly. Overseas, a U.S.-bound plane had more than just two-legged passengers on board.
That's right. A British Airways plane was grounded yesterday in London after, get this, the crew found a mouse on board. Yes, a mouse. The airlines say these rodents are known to chew through cables and wiring and, of course, just simply be a nuisance. The plane was about to depart from London to San Francisco. About 200 passengers were on board, and some of them even made a joke out of it. One of them taking to Twitter saying, quote, "Just had my flight to San Francisco canceled because of a mouse on board the plane. Could it not get a visa?"
I mean, I think we made a joke that it's clear the mouse can't enter U.S. airspace without a passport, but, you know, in general, I think it makes sense because I wouldn't really want to eat food on a plane that had a mouse. So I think we were all fairly happy we switched planes.
Now, it took about 4 hours for a replacement plane to be found. For that inconvenience, the airlines did treat the passengers to lunch, and they will be compensated for their time. They also later released a statement saying, quote, "We know almost everyone wants to fly with us to San Francisco, but on this occasion, there was one very small customer who we had to send back to the gate."
I'm not a big fan of mice on airplanes, but I'd say let's just go and not waste 4 hours having to switch planes on that.
True. But what if he would have eaten through the cables?
That's some fast work.
We would be reporting on a much different story in that case.
That's some fast work by a mouse.
True.
I don't know. It's a scary thing.
I don't know. If you saw that little thing running all over the place, I'd be like, whoo, I'm going to pull my legs up here.
No, I wouldn't like that either, but I want to keep my 4 hours.
True.
Although, you got the free meal. You got the free meal, and you got a little, maybe some perks as well.
Right.
I'm just cheap enough to think, Griff, 4 hours, free meal.
Maybe if I was going to a business event, it's okay.
There's a lot more mice on planes than we realize.
Oh, probably true. Yeah.
We have across the region today a chance of rain. Yay! We'll talk about that in just a minute.
All right, well, still ahead. In emergency situations, every second matters for your treatment. Now, new technology is making it easier to get access to a doctor even before you get to the hospital. How it's now helping first responders, coming up in your health news.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
It's the granddaddy of them all, the 89th Annual Arcadia All-Florida Championship Rodeo. March 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, the Arcadia Rodeo Association is proud to present this PRCA-sanctioned event featuring some of the world's best bull, bronc, and bareback riding, roping, barrel racing, and steer wrestling. For the little wranglers, there's a calf scramble and mutton busting. Gates open at 11 each day. For tickets, visit arcadiarodeo.com or call 800-749-7633. It's rodeo at its finest. Don't miss the 89th All-Florida Championship Rodeo, March 9th through 12th.
I won cash for life from the Florida Lottery! So I get $1,000 a day every day for the rest of my life. Day 1, bought a pony, we're best buds. Day 7, this is crazy! Another day, another grand. This one's on me. Then Mom said, better save some. And another grand, share the love. I don't even play this thing, but I got a bunch. And another grand, and another grand, another grand, another grand. Let's do it again tomorrow.
With a prize of $1,000 a day for life, the new Cash for Life draw game is your ticket to a grand day every day. Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency. We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say, yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-658-3433. 800-658-3433.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
With Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-962-4112. That's 1-800-962-4112. Call now, 1-800-962-4112.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So air temperature outside still coming in warm with a high dew point in the 60s, mid-60s almost, 64 degrees. Air temperature is at 66, pretty close together. Temperature and dew point, calm winds. We have a chance of seeing some fog around again this morning. Mostly it's to the north of us, but certainly we could have some develop in and around our area this morning. We've had some good rain showers around in places. We've had some showers around Arcadia that have produced some moderate rainfall at times. Nothing terribly heavy, and certainly they won't linger through the morning hours. 69 Arcadia, Wauchula at 68, 68 Parrish, Bradenton, Lakewood, Ranch Mayaca, 69 in Northport, Inglewood, and Venice, and 70 degrees at Longboat Key. There's our thin, broken line of showers that's still continuing around Arcadia. A lot less intense than it was a few hours ago. Kind of a convergence zone, if you will, a boundary that's set up by the fact that we have some winds shifting in the atmosphere as one pressure system leaves and another one advances into this region. You often get that along shear zones, and nothing really heavy here, nothing really strong. Were the atmosphere slightly different, it could be a location for severe weather, but the atmosphere is nothing like it needs to be to produce severe weather for us. We have a trailing frontal boundary that stretches up toward the Carolina coast that is now pulling away from the coast. So the Atlanta airport, Raleigh-Durham, Charlotte airports all look fine in terms of morning departures and arrivals. And then it winds up around an area of low pressure that's producing some snow showers in parts of upstate New York and down East Maine as well. Now, not much along the coastline, so all of the airports of the tri-state region are looking good as well. So too for the Delmarva. So all in all, air traffic not being terribly restricted by what is now a much weakened system compared to where it was 3 days ago and even yesterday, producing killer tornadoes. The Severe Storm Prediction Center doesn't see any place that it needs to identify as a potential threat for severe weather today, so that's good. Florida doesn't even have much of a chance of a thunderstorm today as that frontal boundary sinks south. It's going to kind of fall apart in its energy. So even though North Florida can get a pretty good solid line of showers developing with this storm as it sinks southward, by the time it gets to about Orlando, it'll start to really break apart significantly. So as it enters into our area later this afternoon and into the evening hours, it'll just be a thin, somewhat diffuse line of scattered showers. So we'll put the rain chance at about 20%, and that should cover it pretty completely. Forecast calls for today, again, a warm one near 80, but then tomorrow, the winds pick up. And in fact, they could be very breezy this afternoon. Small craft advisories will be hoisted at 1. And drier, cooler air filters in just in time for the weekend. Looks like daytime highs seasonable and low relative humidity. Nice stuff. Back to you.
Very nice. Thank you, John. Let's check the roads now as you wake up on this Thursday morning. A little accident out there at State Road 64 and I-75. Yeah, at Cypress Creek Boulevard. Already an accident this morning at First Avenue. Be aware of that. Elsewhere in Manatee County, pretty clear right now. Heading farther south into Sarasota County. A little bit of a slowdown on Fruitville heading out to the interstate, actually away from the interstate right there at Cattleman. Farther south, a little slowdown at Stickney Point Road. And then in the South County area, not too much to report at 5:50 on this Thursday morning.
In your health news this morning, new technology could change how you're treated while you're in an ambulance.
Now check this out. This is an intensive care ambulance being used in Westchester, New York. Along with the traditional life-saving equipment, an iPad on board is used to give paramedics access to doctors in real time. That provides better care. It can also be moved to show doctors injuries or to monitor readings. It allows the emergency room personnel to better prepare for when patients arrive. Doctors say they expect to see more of these in the future on ambulances. What a great idea.
Wow, that is a wonderful idea, because how many times do you don't know if the paramedics know exactly what is being diagnosed, what's wrong, and having that doctor in kind of that room with them.
Yeah, takes away that downtime.
Yeah.
In this morning's Dream 18, we take you to Mystery Creek Country Club in Sarasota.
Wildlife, a common sight there as golfers chase birdies and eagles. ABC 7's Scott Dennis shows us more.
Welcome to the Misty Creek Country Club. We have a beautiful day to play the challenging par 4 ninth hole. And to tell us more about it, the head pro out here, Bruce Harris. Bruce, thanks for having us out, and tell us about this beautiful hole. A lot of water I see out there.
Yes, Scott, there is a lot of water on this hole. The tee shot is over water, as you're going to find out here in a second. And hopefully 2 good shots and you'll get there, and then we'll see if we can get it in and par. Good shot. Looks like I'm away here. I've got 168 yards left. Scott's hit it past me today. I think he's been out hitting balls a lot. And he's got 165 yards to the green. So we've both kind of driven it through the fairway here, which is a better option than hitting it off to the right over there into the water. So I'll hit first since I'm away, and from 168 yards, I'm going to hit a 7-iron, okay? So when you set up for this shot, you're going to try and just, with a narrow stance, keep the ball back towards your right heel a little bit. Okay. And just let the club drop down and let it run up there. And let it run up there, okay?
Too much. Hit the flag. Hit it. Oh. Come on. Nice par, Bruce. Hit it hard now.
We don't want to show any 360 lip outs now, do we?
Well, Bruce, thanks for having us out here.
My pleasure.
Par for you, bogey for me, but I'll take it. It's such a pretty hole to play.
Yeah, really is. Really is. One of the great par 4s out here. There's a bunch of them.
Semi-private, so people can come out and play.
They can. They can.
Awesome.
Yep.
Join us next week for another hole on the Dream 18.
Very nice. All right, we'll have more news and traffic after this.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like full ID theft protection, and that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct pricing.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Port Florida Home.
By Florida workers. Because we know Florida weather.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get the 3rd free, plus our lifetime warranty. New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today.
We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Minnesota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Minnesota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Minnesota Flooring today.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
Are you paying too much for your cable or satellite TV? The U.S. government passed a bill mandating free over-the-air digital transmission of all broadcast network television channels. That means with the new TV Freeway digital antenna, you can get free HD programming from your favorite broadcast networks 24/7 without a bill. You just plug it into the back of your TV and start watching all of your favorite broadcast programs for free. There are no contracts to sign, no hidden fees, and no monthly fees. Just free HD broadcast TV. Take it with you anywhere. Call or go online now to get your TV Freeway stick for the incredibly low price of only $14.99. But wait, call or click now and you can get a second TV Freeway stick for a second TV. Just pay a separate fee, but you have to order right now.
Call 1-800-809-5196 to get your TV Freeway. Call now or go to tvfreeway.com. So call 1-800-809-5196. This offer's not in any store. Call now.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like cell phone protection for 3 phones, plus an interest-bearing account. And that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
All right, 5:57 on this Thursday morning. Friday's almost here.
That's right. We'll have more news after that. Stay with us.